Right, hello again. This time I'm dismantling the valve block. I've decided it needs doing. And funny enough, looking at the O-rings on most of the valves, so you can't really see them. I'm right in the way of the shadow where the phone is as well. Um, but I think if I do this, I can clear my mind and conscience that I've done this as well. Just numbered everything up. That ladder off. So it's just these valves to go, and there's the servos over there that are all numbered up as well, and the metal block itself. So I've got a kit over here, which they do fantastic parts. Let's have a look. There's all sorts of rubber O-rings in there, and the other bags are underneath it. So this is it in this current state it's in now. So I'll probably show you later on how I get on. Chat me. Alright, hello again. So here we're down to the non-return valve, and it's incredibly small. The parts. I think the camera makes them look much bigger than they are, but they are incredibly tiny. My shot. There you go. It gives you an idea how fine that spring is as well. There's a little rubber O-ring on the end there that has to be replaced. So that stops the air going back through. So yeah, that's just where I'm up to at the moment. Still all the bits out and about. Some tight, some not so tight. The parts depends when you're taking them off. But yes, all is good so far. And I'll just see how things are later on. Right, that's all the little rubber O-rings pulled out. They came in these little holes here. Again, it's because the bloody light, the way the light shine, it's not what you can see. Terrible bloody camera work anyway. But yeah, there's collets as well come out, and these 2 per hole little O-rings. Create the seal. That's where you push the hoses into from the valve block. They travel directly then to each individual spring to keep them inflated. So these little O-rings, they're not too bad actually. I'll give them the due. These aren't too bad. Most of the others are quite flat, but just trying to think of something to get them out with. There's a chap on here who recommends obviously using a little hook to get them out with. So I've just sort of tried to, I don't know if that'll come into focus. Probably not. There we go. Made this little. It was looking a bit better before, but I had to alter it just get the last smaller O-ring out. It's just a little bristle thing, I think, from Poundland, just for cleaning straws, I think. So that came in handy. I just altered it with pliers, calipers. But that's where we are at the moment. So I think this will probably do with a clean the collars up. I think that's what the chap in here recommends. Incidentally, I'll give him a shout out. His you probably can't see it on there. It's Sam's Motors and Machines. I've been following some of his videos. They're fantastic. Just as a guide to fixing stuff. I think I'm roughly in the same boat as him in terms of the P38. They always throw something else new at you to throw you off. But there we go. Anyway, I'll give an update in a second. Right, so that's the I've greased up the O-rings and they've been pushed back in. Not that you can see that. A little bit of what do you call it? Lip balm, or Chris, what do you call it? Brain freeze. So now it remains just to push these little collets back in. So largest one first. Go. And then there's 4 of these little ones. These have all been cleaned. Probably a little bit stiff to push in. Oh, try and film it from here. sure you get the picture behind there. Yeah, pushing collets back in. So there we go. So when the hoses go back in, hopefully they make a good connection. And it's nice and airtight. So hopefully that's that part done. A couple more rings and bits and bobs later. These are the dried out and flat. This is pretty better, isn't it? Again, difficult to see, but they are quite flat when you look at them in the certain light. So good to put new ones on. It was definitely a job worth doing. So excellent. So I'll still crack on and catch up with you later. Right then, we'll put this block back together. We've put the little collets back in, might nip onto the hose. This one is isn't damaged actually. It's got a little bit. It's made comprised of little fingers, sort of metal fingers that nip up around the hose. When you push the hose in, but that one's missing one, so I might be able to salvage one from the other valve block that I've got in. So I'll see about that. But at the moment, we've got these valve stems that are solenoid stems that need the plungers replaced, and a little bit of rubber just round the collar, if you can see there. So we'll take that off. We've got these very fine rubber rings to replace them with, so we'll get on with that. We've got quite a few to do, so that's going to be a pain, but needs must. That'll have to be done. So I'll get on with that then. Right, getting extremely tired now. It's extremely late as well, but that's the arduous task of putting all the new washers on. There's the washer graveyard over there. There's just hundreds, tons of old stiff washers we need to renewed. It's all that numbered. 6, 7, they're all there, present and correct back in the places. So those the solenoid covers will go back on, and I think that'll be the next step, and then we'll nearly be done. But getting very tired now. Might have a break for a bit. Right, there we go. That's that reassembled. Wires, everything in place. Solenoids. I'm not trapping any cables. That's the control board on the back. All back in place. All wired up again. Well, not wired up again, but ready to be plugged in. So that's that. I may have a look at that further on. I already rebuilt that, but the pump. But I think there's a couple of bits inside. I might have a look and check. I think I've got a few more seals over there, so I'll have a look. But there we go. Thanks very much for watching. Goodbye. Right, well, hello again. This is now the morning, obviously. Pretty better chance to get to see the valve block rebuilt. Still looking a bit scruffy with dust and what have you, but that doesn't matter. What matters is all the ports are cleared, ready to go. Everything's put back on. So I did say I was going to work on that pump today. I've already worked on it and replaced most of the parts. It's just a couple of seals I didn't have at the time, but I'll do that now, I think. Champion. Right then, obviously, so here we are. It's the top dismantle. I haven't dismantled it fully, but that's filled with loads of crap and gunk. It was lovely and clean when I rebuilt it. It must just be the grease is sort of solidified. I don't have no clue, but yeah, that side, you can see on that side, that's actually worn quite a bit on that lip on the outer edge. On the left side, not too bad. So there is a new washer there to press up against the side, or like a sealing ring rather. So I don't think I'm going to be doing it again, not today. I can't be bothered. Hopefully that'll last for a little while yet. But here's the new seals that go, the gaskets to go on here. I've cleaned all this up. It doesn't look like it, but it has been washed. Just the skunk won't come off. And even the little flaps have been washed. I took those off, gave them a good clean. There's a little rubber O-ring underneath that side I've replaced. This one's very hard. You can see how flat that is. There you go. So that was thoroughly worn. The old ones there, all nipped up and pinched and buggered. So just as well replacing these. So hopefully get a bit of a better seal and get more compression and a better pump. As long as that lasts, I'm a bit worried about that. But it can always be fixed, can always be taken out again. Just at a later date, probably suit me. But this will do for the time being. I'll get this back together, and then that should be that. I'll get that cleaned as well. That's caked in rubbish. I'll give that a good scrub. Put this all back together. Should be one unit again, and ready to go back in the Land Rover. Champion. Alright then, tub's had a good scrub. Still a bit of soap residue here and there. I've looked at the pump, put a bit more Vaseline on, bits and bobs. So that's all done. Right height sensors there. But yeah, apart from that, I think that's mainly done. Just ready to go back in. So I'll do that now.